Good evening everyone, and isn't it nice to finally see a good movie after an abysmal summer season this year? Oscar season has finally kicked off and we have our first contender in Sully.
We're gonna end up in the Hudson.
I'm sorry, say again, Cactus?
This is the captain. Brace for impact.
Sully is a film directed by Clint Eastwood, and it stars Tom Hanks and Aaron Eckhart as pilots named Sully Sullenberger and Jeff Skiles. The film chronicles the miraculous plane landing on the Hudson River, which took place on January 15th of 2009. When this film was over, I took a gigantic sigh of relief, not because the film was bad or anything, but because I was exhausted. The subject matter that this film is dealing with is rather substantial, or heavy if you want to say. Whereas the film is about a plane crash and the events surrounding it, such as an interrogation that takes up the bulk of the movie, an interrogation that took place after the landing on the Hudson River, to me this film is an examination of the role of a hero and how it's misunderstood by the public. Let's be honest, all of us dream about being heroes, but this film makes you rethink that, and this is shown to us through our main character of Sully, played by the marvelous Tom Hanks. By this point, is there anything else Tom Hanks can't do? I mean, there's nothing more I can say about Hanks than what everyone already knows. He's brilliant. He gives a very reserved performance throughout this film, which adds a lot of confidence to his character. It gives weight to his speech and adds to the character's backstory. And it's very meaningful whenever the character gets emotional, because most of the times you're seeing him as a very reserved person, a very neutral person. There's this one scene where he's given the head count of the plane and his eyes water up. It's so reserved, his performance physically, but it's a home run emotionally. Apart from the examination of the role of a hero, this film is also about unity in America, unity in New York more specifically. Clint Eastwood bleeds red, white, and blue as far as I'm concerned, and he shows us his patriotism by making this a film about the people of the country, the citizens of New York City, as much as the investigation of the plane crash. We'll cut to random citizens getting on the plane and helping each other out when the plane is down, the Coast Guard coming in to help, scuba divers saving stragglers. You feel the city as if it's an entity. This film is a pretty great commercial for the city of New York, you know, apart from the plane crash. It shows off the people in a very positive light, and it made me want to revisit that city. It's a beautiful city, New York. And the patriotism is done in a very respectful way. It's not hitting you over the head with the message that America is awesome, like in a Michael Bay film. There's no slow motion, no glamour shots, just reality and believable characters. The cinematography of this film is a lot of close-ups. I barely noticed any wide shots. I mean, I did. There are a ton of establishing shots like any good film has, and it's understandable why this film doesn't have that many wide shots. It doesn't need them. Even the plane crash is mostly in medium and close-up shots. And speaking of the crash, the best thing about the plane crash is how effective it is. You see it multiple times, but it gives you the same feeling every time you see it, and how differently you see it multiple times. Sheer terror. I caught myself tensing my muscles up, whatever muscles I have, as the plane was dropping, and as soon as it hit the water, I let myself relax. It's very effective and very tense. And the film to me reminded me of a TV show I finished watching recently called The Wire. Minimal use of music, simple cinematography, and sort of telling the same story as The Wire did. In The Wire, the institutions were the main enemy, and the institutions had become the enemy because society has become a system of sorts. Sully tells that same story, but it replaces all institutions from The Wire with just one, called the NTSB. Now let's talk about Sully. No question, let's be honest, this man is a hero. He should not have been interrogated as he was, as we were shown in this film. Here comes in this insurance company, this plane company, and now you're asking questions. And now you're just asking questions about your plane. Oh my god, your plane has been destroyed, but you don't care about the people on board. I don't think I ever heard a single person from the interrogation team on the NTSB ever ask about a single soul on the flight. And they didn't even show the slightest bit of remorse or gratitude to Sully and the passengers. They just went straight into the statistics. Similar to something The Wire did. Everything was about stats, nothing about real people. This is a great film and a very thoughtful film, and it has one of the greatest and shocking openings to a film I've ever seen this year, but at the same time it also has the most poorly built up ending I've seen this year. With that being said, I'm giving this film a final score of 4.5 out of 5. Go watch Sully, you owe it to yourself. Thank you so much for watching, people. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that free subscribe button, but until next time, remember to love yourselves.